Okay, so now that I've been working on this sketch of Mount Fuji for about 10 minutes or so, what I wanted to do was give you a little sample of what it's like when I'm working on a sketch. So remember, I have my photo reference here, and I'm working on it while I have it next to me while I'm working. And what's great is that I can be working away, sketching on the sketch, and I might not look at the photo reference for a few minutes. But then if there's something that I really want to observe and examine, I can really look at it intensely by having it with me. Or if you have it on the screen, that's okay too. So what I want to do is I have my setup here. Is I just want to kind of talk to you while I am working on this sketch. So let's see how that goes. Do I need to rotate the camera? Is it good? Give me a second. All right, you can see some of the technical sides of things. That's okay. You want to see it from that angle. Okay, so hopefully you can see that pretty well. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little bit of a glare on the TV. Not a lot I can do about that. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit. All right, this is about the best I can do, at least for now. So when you're working, you want to make sure that you have your eraser and your pencil and your sharpener always at the ready. You don't want to be kind of bouncing around. You want to make sure you have that all with you. So one thing you can do while you have your artwork right there next to your photo reference is that you can prop it up, or you just have it somewhere handy so that you're looking at it while you are drawing. You might want to fold it. Like I said, just figure out something that's comfortable for you. And let's get started here. What I want to talk about is when you're working on a sketch that you are thinking about building in these values little bit by little. Start light is my main advice that I could probably give you. Is start light and work to dark. So on this sketch right here of Mount Fuji that I'm working on, I would say I'm probably about a quarter way through. Notice how I'm working left to right as I'm working on it. And the reason for that is because I'm right-handed. So I rest my palm or my right hand on the page. And it's a lot easier to work from the top left to the bottom right and not worry about smearing things. Now, I think I showed you in another video how you can take another piece of paper if you want and cover it up so you're not smearing the drawing underneath while you're working. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about that. Also, the better you are at control and not moving your palm around a whole lot, the better you are at not smearing it. And that just comes with time. And of course, as long as you don't go too dark, and you have your eraser, which I already lost. Oh, here it is. You can always go back and erase. Also, remember I taught you in another video that it's easier to rotate because obviously that the sketch is oriented like this, but I can rotate it just so it's easier to use my pencil. So when you're sketching, you're kind of in a way zoned out in that you're not thinking about a million things, but in a way you're also zoned in. You're thinking about exactly what you're doing, and you're just in the zone, as they say, really absorbed and focused on what you are doing. You're very mindful of the marks you're making on the page with your pencil, how you're holding your body, you're relaxed. If you are upset and you are not in a good mood, generally speaking, I would say you're not going to make good art. I think you kind of need to be in good headspace, the best you can be. So if you're upset about something, try to calm yourself down, take a few breaths, maybe take a break, and come back to it so that you can come back refreshed. But for me, drawing always calms me. It always puts me in a good mood. So maybe if I'm not in a good mood, I can start drawing, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm kind of feeling pretty good. So my best advice I can probably give to you when it comes to sketching and drawing and doing art in general is you just got to do it a lot. I'm not gonna say practice makes perfect because that's kind of cheesy, but just you got to practice in order to master your skills, whatever it might be, whether it's shooting basketball or playing a musical instrument. The more time you can spend with it, the better you feel about your control and how your brain is interacting with your body. So going back to this sketch, I'm using my photo reference. I have it right here, and I'm looking at it every now and again just to kind of get a sense of like, okay, how does the shape of that mountain come down? And it doesn't have to be exact, but I want to use the photo as reference, as a guide. So I'm drawing the slope of that mountain, Mount Fuji. And if you notice too, I'm drawing a reflection right here. I am getting it to where this part is reflected in the water down here. I'm using this photo right here. So it's that one. Reflections are really tricky. It's more of an advanced concept in art, but if you want to have a go at it and try to do a reflection in the water or whatever it is, a mirror, go for it. In this assignment, remember we are drawing our dream vacation, so somewhere that you would really love to go. So I want you to think about somewhere that you would really like to go in real life. If you had money, you had time, there was no pandemic going across the world, everybody was healthy, and you had transportation, all that good stuff, where would you want to go? Would you want to go see the pyramids in Egypt, the Eiffel Tower in France, go to the North Pole, the South Pole? I'd love to go to Alaska. Alaska and Hawaii are part of the United States. You don't even need a passport to go. And yet they seem so far away from us, don't they? I mean, they literally are far away from us, but seem like a whole other world than the contiguous United States. So I would love to go to Japan. Japan would be a great place to visit. For me, I love Japanese culture. One day, right? One day. One thing that I can talk about, I think I'm about to wrap up this video because it's getting a little long, is think about the direction of your pencil marks. So if I'm making a shape or a form that's going this way, I would probably want to mimic the directions of that form with my pencil marks. So notice how I am actually making the shape of that mountain or the form with the directions of my pencil marks. And how I did mine horizontal here, I can also go back and kind of cover that up a little bit if I want to with some more value, or I can kind of leave it if I like the way that it looks. Because remember, this is a sketch. As long as we're not going for photorealism, which I do not expect you to do in Art 1, photorealism is something that's really hard to do. I'm more interested in your use of value and how you arrange everything on the page, the composition in your artwork, in your sketches for this class. So I think that's probably good for this video. Here's what I got. Ugh. The lighting's kind of wonky, but you can kind of see it. So I think it's coming together. I'd say I'm maybe a little bit less than halfway done with it now, maybe like 40%, 45%. And I'm going to try to finish it here and show you what it looks like.